Alright, doing the helicoiling here. Tapping out the holes. This is power tapping. It's going to do under power. Turn the machine on. Run around in there. And back it off. And that's probably the last one I can do because we hit the studs in there. Alright, these will have to do by hand now. And then we have to use our T-handle. Get away from that noisy inverter over there. First thing I guess turn it off and help. Get rid of the noise. That's always the best way of doing it. Okay, I come on this side over here. So now it's just a matter of finishing the helicoil, or finish the tapping of the holes. Okay, let's go a couple more turns before I get all the way through. Okay, hold it from that side. These holes are already started, so got something to go with. Now this hole here is blind, it only goes in a little ways. So to go full depth, I'm going to have to blow the hole out a couple times. You want to go until it bottoms out. I'm going to clean the hole out. Do that with air. Someplace to put that. And we need a bottoming tap. So the bottoming tap in this case is, I take the one that has the pointed end on it and I grind it down a little bit until it's flatter. This one's been ground on too, this one's been ground a little bit further. So this one here we're going to lose about 3.5 threads. This one you lose about 4.5 threads. Stock you probably lose about 6. Try to tap as deep as you can so you get the most amount of threads. Ideally you want to be able to use a whole helicoil, so only got about another half a turn out of that tap. Didn't gain very much. Oh well. Never know, you might need that half a turn. This will be the last one here that's pre-tapped. You don't feel cut no more, you're done. Or if you feel it hit something like a fin, you stop too. Alright, now for the fun ones. We're going to do 3. We've got to tap next to the head here. So this one here, we got to get closer. So we just got to lay it up straight up and down. Push down a little bit as you're going. So I'm looking at this plane. Now you'll over here look at this plane. Looks like that plane's pretty straight up and down also. Now when you got a stud right next to you, you can also look at the stud. You can see how it's the same angle as that stud. You can also look at it in this plane over here. It's the same angle that way, so another reference for being straight up and down. It's best to have your screws go straight. So I spotted that on something there. Not sure what it was, it just stopped. Came to a sudden stop. So what are we hitting on? Because there's showing to be aluminum in that hole. I'm not really seeing anything that's in there, but there's something in there. This hole's been welded up, so more than likely there's probably a big chunk of tungsten in there, which will destroy a tap pretty quickly. But we have no choice, we gotta get through it. It's gonna dull my tap. You can hear it. Take a piece of wire in there. So when you're TIG welding a big chunk of tungsten tip, your electrode can ball up and blow out. It's bolt into getting the molten aluminum dry. So I think that's what I ran into there. Definitely had a hard spot in there. You could hear it going across it. But it's gone now, so it doesn't matter. So maybe the same thing on these two over here. Put that on that side so it's flatter. Kind of move taps around a little bit when you only need 1 or 2 turns. Kind of straighten things up and make them go straight. This hole's been welded before too. You can feel it unevenness as you're going through it. Probably had some more tungsten inside that hole too, I bet. Always fun to have surprises. So I'm holding it straight with my fingers and pushing down at the same time. It's a little off center that way. Correct that one a little bit. There we go. Pretty straight, see? Alright, that should be all of the tapping. Alright, blow all this junk off. Quiet. Don't have a good holder for my airline over here yet. Alright, so you look at all your holes, see how bad they look. They should be nice and clean, but I can see imperfections in the holes. You can see how this one's aluminum and not aluminum, and parts look like it's there or not there. The threads, that's where I was cutting the hard spot out. I can't really see what that is in there, but it'll show on video when I play it back, I bet. Right there is where I'm going to get clear. Those threads do not look too good there. Looks like there's a big hole in there. You can see the imperfection in there. Definitely not the best in the world. And here's this one over here. See how shallow it is. And these holes here look a little better. See? Alright, well they are what they are. Can't fix them. You have to deal with what you got to deal with. Okay, so hopefully we can now put the whole helicoil in full depth. Looks like there's enough room to do that. Let's see. Alright, we got our winder tool here. Pull that back. Make sure you get the tang to the back, or front in this case. Run her up in there. Get it started. You run it up until it's about flush. There. And then that tang is ready to go into the hole. Just going to hold it there. It'll find itself where it wants to start at. Hopefully it just goes in all the way. Okay. It's in there good. A little bit deeper I'm going, wanted to go, about one turn deeper, but it's in there all the way. It's definitely in there. Okay, where is my little screwdriver? This one doesn't really fit in there very well, but like that. Try to break it free. Blind holes are always fun. Didn't come out. Can't see it either. Let's see what's going on down in there. It looks like the tang is there, but not busted off all the way. Get a little pick in there maybe. Little scribes, different ones here. I think this one's my best choice. To feel if it's doing anything or not. No tang, no good. Move the other side. Okay, that's loose down there, just not coming out. There it is. Right there. Okay. Throw that one out. These are tight because they're locking, but they should be a constant drag. It shouldn't be real heavy. It should have just a drag on it from the tension. So it goes in that deep. So what do we got? Not that much above. It's about a 1/2 inch. That's a little over a 1/2 inch sticking out. So I had probably about that much sticking out, which means you have that much going in. Goes in there pretty deep. So that one's in there good. Coming for a lot of length. So that's what it looks like. I don't know if you can see in there, but there you go. And you can see we did not go to the top of the port up in there, because that would be a bad thing if we went through the top. That'd be not what we're after. Alright. Let's go do some more of these. That was the hardest one. Always do the hard one first. That way you get some practice on doing it badly first. Alright, here's that one. Okay. This one looks like it might be a little short, so we'll see if the helicoil is too long for this application. You can use it, feel underneath. It's definitely close. So I need to go about one more turn. There's a 1/2 turn sticking out the top for sure. I need to go another 1/2 turn to there. So do we have a full turn to go or not? It is questionable on that full turn part. I think not. So that means that needs to be pulled back out and shortened. Now, can I get a hold of that before it's too deep? So if you can get a hold of the helicoil, you can unscrew it. Yeah, had a bite on it. These pliers are a little bit too blunt in the front. They've been broken before. Too much other crap pulling on them. Get a little small set here and see if we can get a hold of it better. Okay. You see how it's coming up a little bit there. Should be able to get a hold of it here somewhere. Not quite. I'm going to let the screwdriver go. Get a hold of it. And we can unscrew it. Yeah. Used to have another set of pliers laying around that sharp edges on them, but things have been moved around too much around here. Ah. Do have a set. I stick them by the milling machine. Okay. There we go. That makes a big difference. You got a set you can use. So we just unscrew this out of the hole. There you go. So now it's out. Now we take our dikes and we cut off a helicoil. Take off a whole row of it. that. Now we have a special shortened one. Put it back in the hole. And do it again. Okay, right now we're flush right here where I cut it. And we're a little bit, we got a whole turn to more we can go now. That we can obviously see. That's half a turn. Take a look at it. Looks pretty good to me. We're inside the head down here, it looks like. So we should be good to go. Take our screwdriver where it disappeared to. There. Put it in the back side of the helicoil where it breaks it off at. And whack. So the screwdriver's on the big side, but I don't see it anymore. So where did it go? There it is. Tang is hanging right there on the bottom of the head. Right there. So we can get that out of there. Break it off. And there it is right there. I always like finding my tangs because I don't want them anywhere near my head. No internal parts want those in anywhere near them.